What's good, YouTube? Adriannthakidd, and we back in this bit, man. Today we got V-sausage. What can you do without a brain? You know what I'm saying? Now look, man, I ain't reacted to V-sauce in probably like a year. You know what I'm saying? All that science stuff used to hurt my head, but hey, man, we back. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here, and subscribing to Vsauce is a no-brainer.
Hey, I already did that.
Or is it? I mean,
I don't know why I'm
you
red
need your
though.
brain to understand the words that I was speaking, and you would need your brain to decide whether or not you liked what you were hearing. You would also need your brain to move your muscles in just the right way to click the subscribe button.
How did he do that?
You need your brain
How does he know that?
to do a lot of stuff, and without a brain, well, you can't do much of anything at all.
When you really think about it, the brain named itself.
So, literally speaking, is there really such a thing as a no-brainer? Let's begin with no headers.
No cap.
Decapitation. It's a macabre subject, I know, but what's the matter? Are you chicken? Okay, good, because Mike certainly was.
Why did you just call me a what?
In 1945, farmer Lloyd Olson went out to grab a chicken for supper. He cut the chicken's head off, and it didn't die.
Yo. Decapitation. You're decapping him from the tation. That's kind of hard.
Mike the headless chicken lived for another.
Whoa, don't show me that.
But
what?
He toured the country and surprised
18 months?
He could walk and perch and was fed by putting little drops of water or pieces of grain down his throat. But here's the thing.
That's crazy.
Mike the headless chicken's actions
isn't that strictly off nerves?
A no-brainer. Because even though he didn't have much of what we would call a head left, he did have a bit of his brainstem. If we want a clearer no-brainer, we're going to have to look at an even more simple creature, the cockroach. These guys don't even breathe through their heads, so without one, they're fine. Instead, they breathe through holes all over their bodies. And instead of being controlled by a big, massive brain, they have little bundles of nerves, ganglia, throughout their body. And so even without any head parts, even when completely decapitated, a cockroach can live for weeks.
Oh, fuck yes, no. Yo, so that's why, like, when I spray a roach, like with some Raid, he start going, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like he breathes all over his body, so I'm really just getting him out the way.
It can walk around.
I'm a professional cockroach exterminator.
That without its head, it will eventually starve to death. Us humans are not nearly as fortunate. Without a head and brain,
we're done.
We die within seconds, if not instantly. But before you get jealous, keep in mind that with our heads intact, we are capable of some actions that don't necessarily require the brain.
Okay.
Reflexes. When you snap your finger moves at about 20 miles per hour. And a really big sneeze can expel air at nearly 30 to 40 miles per hour.
Can a sneeze break your ribs or something?
They're really quick. They can clock in at 250 miles per hour.
It's like I always thought it was so like interesting. It's like if you're about to like knock or say you like move your elbow, you knock a bottle off the table, and you just grab it without even thinking about it. Like that's actually crazy. Your brain is fast.
Sometimes that's not even fast.
I'm talking about sonic speed.
For instance, if you accidentally put your hand on a hot stove, cells are dying quickly, and 250 miles per hour doesn't cut it. You need to take an action fast. It's not worth it to tell your brain what's happening right away. And so instead, your immediate reaction to pull away is mediated by other parts of the nervous system. The same can be said for involuntary
your body's like, hey,
and unconscious processes.
For instance, cardiac muscle, I'm like skeletal muscle, which requires nervous system stimuli.
So, in a way, these unconscious, involuntary, or reflexive behaviors could be considered no-brainers. But I'm not quite satisfied yet because they still require that your brain be there, keeping you alive.
Thanks.
So, what if you weren't alive? Well, in your
you tell us, Michael.
Brainless body, your muscle cells still contain a little bit of energy in the form of ATP.
I heard of that.
Backyard Brains, right here on YouTube, demonstrates this with insect parts. This leg is no longer connected to a brain or a body.
This leg
but
cell is
energy
connected to
remains
the
in
head
cells,
cell.
and so researchers can detect electrical signals when the leg is touched or even simply breathed on.
Whoa, that.
Alright, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but when I was younger, we used to have moths, right? Like bad. So like, you know what I'm saying? One day I killed a moth. I felt bad about it. So I used to like I used to like blow on it. Pause. You know what I'm saying? And bro would just start twitching and stuff. I'm like, what the I brought one back to life, but then I killed him again.
Discharge rate of the living neurons in a still living leg.
The muscle cells of a human limb would respond in just the same way.
Please don't show me.
You don't need wires to observe behavior like this. Salt can also do the trick. The introduction of sodium ions can cause a process similar to an action potential in a living animal. Salt added to these fresh frog legs makes them dance. Though not for very long. The cells will eventually...
That's disgusting. So if you add salt to bro, and people still, I'm eat it. Like bro, people still gonna eat it. That's so crazy.
Makes them dance.
That's disgusting.
Though not for very long. The cells will eventually run out of energy or simply decay. But to be sure, there are many other brief candidates for no-brainers at the moment of death.
Chickens,
instance,
you know what I'm saying?
Muscles relaxing,
cows,
causing a person to soil themselves. Technically a no-brainer.
Isn't that what happens when people die? They poop themselves?
Continues to grow fingernails and hair. Instead, it's actually the skin itself shrinking as it dries, making hair and nails appear longer. But let's take a closer look at these skin cells.
Shrinks? I mean, it shrinks the bone,
Might be
I
onto
guess.
a quite satisfactory no-brainer. Your skin cells live on the periphery of your body, and they don't require a constant stream of new nutrients from your blood. And so even though you are dead and your brain is no longer calling the shots, your skin cells can continue to live, gathering nutrients through osmosis and dividing for days. In fact, you can harvest skin cells from a corpse after 24 hours. On a related note,
that's crazy.
Digestion.
Mike, where did you come from?
On
What?
a related note,
Why did he just pop up like a Pop-Tart, bro?
Sure, a lot of the digestive process is completed by you being alive and having a nervous system that works. But part of the work is done by bacteria that just happens to live inside your gut. And when you're dead or your brain is gone, they'll continue digesting. So in a way, making poop, at least part of that process, is a no-brainer.
What?
But here's the thing. These bacteria that live inside you are foreign bacteria. Are they you?
Is it from China?
What about the skin cells that can continue to live after you're dead? Are they you? Or are they merely cells that you have made a good home for? We're getting pretty philosophical.
I don't know, Michael.
Here because we're basically asking if you are merely your brain, and everything else that goes on when you no longer have one is just other stuff that you aren't doing.
In some crazy way that like makes sense in my own way. I don't know if I said that right, but it's like say your brain is a projector, and your body is the hologram made by the projector. So when the projector is broken, your body's gonna be broken. You know what I'm saying? Same way, if your brain is, you know what I'm saying, dead, your body's gonna die.
You could argue that without a brain, your body no longer has your intentions. It no longer does things because you have decided to do them.
Facts.
In other words, a no-brainer may be impossible for you to do because it requires not using you. If you are merely what your brain does and not what your cells do off on their own when the brain's gone, then in a way, being you, being alive, is a yes-brainer.
What?
Another great yes-brainer.
Yo, he just chatting right now. I understood, but now
you can
I'm
find
confused.
Some scientific video game analysis, some gamer loot, and some pretty cool apps to download. go check that out. And as always, thanks for watching.
All right, y'all. Let's wrap it up, man. I definitely got to do more Vsauce on the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's good to learn every once in a while, but just not every day, bro. School is crazy. But hey, man, what can you do without a brain? You know what I'm saying? Not much, but much. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, let's wrap it up for this vid. Hope y'all enjoyed, man. If y'all did, make sure to leave a like. You know what I'm saying? Comment down below. Right? Whatever.